he's a great treat too. Welcome, Patrick Ross.
Thank you. It's always great to come back to Lebanon, the top of the year. I first want to give a big shout out and have everybody give a round of applause for Adam, Derek, Chad, and all the people that are working in the back to put all this together. This was 12 days just went by without me picking up an instrument, which is the longest that I've gone in, I think, 7 years. I was on the flight from Seattle today back to Boston, took the Dartmouth coach back up to Lebanon just in time to get here for sound check. And, just kind of going over some things in my head and looking forward to getting back to Maggie. This is Maggie. And it's kind of, what the thought came to mind is like, for any of you who've had dogs, or if you have a dog, and you come home after work, or especially if you've been gone for a number of days, and if your dog's been at the kennel or your neighbor's or your relative's house, and you come home and that dog's butt's just going crazy, jumping up and down, and that's kind of how I felt like when I pulled the fiddle out of the case. It was like, I could kind of see its tail wagging a little bit, and it was a reunion of sorts. This is kind of the behind-the-scenes thoughts of a fiddle player, but being in the education world and teaching at the school that I run, and performing and rehearsing and working with lots of different musicians, I have this instrument in my hands just about every single day. I might take a day off here and there, but 12 days goes by, and it was like almost like having a cup of coffee with an old friend when I sat down and picked up the fiddle. And those are the tunes that Maggie wanted to play when I first picked her up earlier today. So I wanted to honor that. Those were where my fingers kind of just went to, is that sort of Appalachian cold mountain fiddle sound. Maggie's from France originally, born in 1854, and the story, I'll keep it short because I want to play more music, and we have lots of other distinguished performers still yet to come. But I'm a fifth-generation fiddle player, and my dad found this fiddle in the town that he grew up in, Berlin, New Hampshire. He had a paper route, and he had the bag full of rolled up newspapers, and he'd bike around Berlin and throwing the newspapers up, people's doorsteps. And he saw the head of this fiddle sticking out, and somebody had left it on the curb, and it was in pieces, in shambles. And he stuck it into his newspaper bag and brought it home and fixed it up. Long story short, again, is that my grandfather, Philemon, forbid his sons to play the fiddle. Because Philemon was the fiddle player in the band, in the family, and his two sons, Arthur and Paul, Arthur and Paul, they were going to be the guitar player and the mandolin player, so that he could have his family band. So my father had to fix this thing up behind my grandfather's back, because my grandfather worked nights at the paper mill in Berlin, New Hampshire, and eventually my dad pieced it all together. And if I could, I would pass this around for everybody to hold it in your hands, just to get a closer look at it. The varnish on the top is bubbled. It's been in a fire, and it just has stories that can't be told in words. With that in mind, I'd like to play a quick set of fiddle tunes that my grandfather taught my father and my father taught me. I don't even know which ones they're going to be yet, but there are a long list of them, and I'm going to play them for you now. What's that? Here's a song I wrote for my wife, a love song called Little Red Camaro. Well, I fell in love and I took a chance on a lover who likes to dance. She opened up the place inside that never knew this kind of ride. Well, we took it slow, but the fire burned strong. We let it burn the whole night long. Now we sing sweet harmony. This winding road is gonna set us free. Love is in the middle of a deep stream, hanging on the best we can, surrounded by the light of a burning fire, with our hearts in the palms of our hands. The wind and the rain and the sun and the moon are sitting there cheering us on, as if they're singing along to a lover's song. Looking back to when we were young, I wouldn't change a thing at all. So much to say, so much to do, 'cause baby, I'm still in love with you. Love is in the middle of a deep stream, hanging on the best we can, surrounded by the light of a burning fire, with our hearts in the palms of our hands. The wind and the rain and the sun and the moon are sitting there cheering us on, as if they're singing along to our song. Well, we don't need a little red Camaro, some good red Oh, the family. They headed back up to Newbury, Vermont tonight after getting back. Flying into Boston. We had a tailwind out of Seattle. It only took us 4.5 hours to fly across the country. It was like unbelievable. Like, must have been doing 700 something miles an hour. I don't know. Yeah. But my daughter's 11 years old now, and she's coming out to shows with me, and she's doing some singing with me. She's singing harmony. She's playing fiddle. She's a 6th-generation fiddle player. She plays piano and trombone as well. She sings so much. I have a vow. I vow. I've never asked her to stop singing. I've only had to ask her to turn the volume down. Quite a bit sometimes. But this song I wrote for her. Flying by. Hold on, don't let it fly by so fast. I just want to take it all in. She's growing up, and I feel like it's flying by. And this I pray, just to seize the day. No, I don't feel the pain of it slipping through. I got arms that can squeeze and let go. Little feet, little hands that are moving fast. I'm hanging on, I wanna make it last. Don't stop believing all the things that'll make it brighter. Don't stop believing that this love's gonna take us higher. Growing up on a love like a wild wildfire, pick and choose all the words that inspire. 'Cause I know that the days keep on flying by. And this I pray, just to seize the day. Don't stop believing all the things that'll make it brighter. Don't stop believing that this love's gonna bring us higher. Ma petite fille n'est plus petite, c'est la mort dans la chance d'apprendre comment grandir mon cœur. La guitare de ma vie est accordée pour ça. Et c'est pourquoi que je peux chanter. Don't stop believing all the things that'll make it brighter. Don't stop believing that this love's gonna bring us higher. play all night. Thank you. You guys want to hear one more? I mean, it's 8 o'clock, and I don't want to step on people's toes here, but I'll do one more because Dr. Dave Beaufait is a good friend of mine, and he brought this beautiful mandola, which I get to try every so often that I see him. He brings it, and I have a song that I was noodling with in the back on this instrument, and I think I can make it happen. I was walking up the steps to this building, and it really kind of clicked. Immigrants and refugees welcome. This song falls into those letters on that sign. It's called Raise Your Flag. On this land we call home, let the air fill our lungs, and the water quench our thirst as the fires keep us warm. Find a way to rejoice, even though there might be times ahead that will shake us to the core. And the wind speaks your name, the call of the wild. The mountains lift you up with every step you take. Let the fire in your blood be the truth in your heart. When it's time, raise your flag, let it fly. Like the rings of a tree, years go by, and we grow up toward the sky with a view of the memories below. When the wind speaks your name through the call of the wild, and the mountains lift you up with every step you take. Let the fire in your blood be the truth in your heart. When it's time, raise your flag, let it fly. I say gather around the fire, there are stories to be told. Like the one about the dragon and his gold. There's the one about the king and the sword and the storm. And the one about the flags that we will raise. When the wind speaks your name, call of the wild. every step you take. The fire in your blood, the truth in your heart. When it's time, raise your flag, let it fly. When it's time, raise your flag. When it's time, raise your flag. When it's time, raise your flag. Let it fly. Thank you.
Patrick Ross. Thank you, Patrick. What a wonderful way to open up a new year at the Anonymous.